Hey, how's it going, everybody? KG Chaos here. In this video, we're going to talk about the different technologies that you as beginners should strive for as soon as you start the game. Now, ever since its release back in 2016, they have released 20 different updates totally for free for players to enjoy, and multiple expeditions as well. They've actually made this game into a masterpiece, in my opinion, from what it set out to be during the very start. And in all of these updates, they have added new different technology into the game, so I'm here to talk with you guys to show y'all what exactly you guys should be striving for first whenever you're going to unlock these different techs. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, and if you guys like this video is helpful or anything in between, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it greatly if you do. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this and about other games. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, first off, let's start with the Starship technology. So when you guys are beginning the game, you're going to run out of inventory very quickly, and you guys won't be able to teleport things to your starship or back when you're at a certain distance. So getting that teleporter receiver is a very good thing to start with. Next is the conflict scanner and the economy scanner. Now with this, you guys will be able to scan for trading outposts that are in the system. Once you guys go ahead and scan for them, it'll bring you into your cockpit. You hit scan for the trade center, and then it's going to show you exactly where it is so you guys can find it better. This is really if you guys are trying to find a galactic terminal on the planet, or if you guys are just trying to find more starships because they spawn more frequently at these trading posts. You also use these scanners to look at different star systems to see what their economy and their conflict is like. Here you'll be able to see what type of materials that they are actually more inclined to have in that system, how much their sell rate is versus their buy rate, and kind of how wealthy this system is, as this one you can see is developing, and also the conflict, which it says unstable, which the higher it is, the more likely that there is a battle going on there. So if you guys are looking for freighters, that's what you guys want to use this for, is to find higher conflict systems. Next is the cargo scan deflector. If you guys are leaning more towards being an outlaw and selling in more unconventional type of style of method of making money, which is smuggling contraband. You guys see here's loads of different contraband you guys can use, but that's one of the most used. Next is the launch auto charger. This is very, very good to have, just for the simple fact is if you guys are just roaming the planet and your starships just sitting there while you're just roaming around, it'll automatically recharge it for you, so you guys don't have to go and have to keep collecting things to make launch fuel and different things. So it's a very, very useful technology to go ahead and grab once you're able to. Next will be aqua jets, because there are some things that are going to send you in the water to go discover things and go find things. So you can easily land on the water and get back to your ship very quickly instead of swimming to shore or worrying about the submersible exocraft. Next, let's talk about weaponry, the Infinite Knife Accelerator and also the Positron Ejector. Now, these two are the best weapons in the game, so I would recommend getting these two certain types of weaponry first. Infinite Knife is more long range, the Positron is more close range, but once you guys do and you pick which one you want to mainly use, make sure you put the Infinite Knife actual weaponry and the 3 different technology slots that you can buy on the 4 different supercharged locations in your tech inventory of your starship to make it even more deadly. Now, I'm using the Positron first there. As you've seen, it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't do it very quickly because they have to be extremely close to do any damage. So that is why I recommend the Infinite Knife as well every other veteran, because it just absolutely destroys ships at a close to far distance. There's no comparison between what is the better weaponry here. Now, you guys can also get the infra beam, which will recharge your shields if you don't have any of that already, like as in sodium, to be able to recharge your shields. Next, in the construction module terminal inside the anomaly, try to get the mineral extractor, supply depot, supply pipeline, gas extractor, battery, solar panels, and electromagnetic generator. These things are very helpful for you guys to get certain materials a lot easier over time passively, so you don't have to worry about going and harvesting themselves, so you can do other things while it's doing this. It's very handy to have. I'll get more into this, but these are the items I recommend getting as soon as you can, just because it makes your game a lot easier in the long run. These are very useful because you can make a sodium farm, which is very good for refilling your starship shields whenever you need it. An oxygen farm for your life support tanks, because your life support drains very quickly, faster than you know it. A copper farm, because copper is highly valuable and you can refine it into many other materials that are even more valuable. A uranium farm to fill your ship again, so you guys don't have to have warp fuel and things like that. You can easily fill it without having to make warp fuel. And also a activated indium farm. Now, this is as good for making money. It's a passive money farm, so I would look into this, guys, because you can make millions with it very quickly. So I do highly recommend this one if you guys are wanting to make money, and also an electric farm. Now this will make it to where you guys don't have to put down solar panels and things like that, but the downside is these aren't always near the actual mineral and gas deposits. Now to find these, you just open up your scanner and you cycle through the different options to find a hotspot that's near you. If there isn't one, all you guys want to do is just hop in your ship, go pretty far away, drop down again, do it over and over again until you find your desired results, which you can find a C, B, A, and S class mineral or gas deposit. Now, if you guys want to find a certain type of deposit, all you guys want to do is go to any planet and just look at it and look in the description and find the triangle or diamond type logo, and it'll say what you can actually farm mineral wise. I'll put down in the description below where you can find certain minerals and gases on specific planets down in the description, so you guys can have a more detailed list to look through without having to go back to the video. Next is the personal refiner. Now this will allow you guys to be able to refine different materials while you guys are out exploring, or if you're just in space. Instead of having to sit around and watch your portable refiner sit there and do all the work for a few minutes, you guys will be able to just do it on the go and not have to sit there and wait for a while. It's very handy to have, and I was super excited when they first added this feature to the game because it made things a lot more easier to do. Next on the list, guys, is the trade rocket. Now, I don't see anyone ever put this in a video, and I don't really understand why, because this thing actually has really good uses to it. Not only does it have a really cool landing and takeoff animation, but this thing comes in helpful at all stages of gameplay. Now, if you guys are a new player and you guys run out of inventory space, instead of just deleting your item, you guys can just sell whatever you don't want and make a little bit of profit from it, while also clearing up some of your space in your inventory. Now all you guys want to do is just go and put whatever you want here. I'm putting my activated indium in just because I don't need this. I make this purely just for money, like I said earlier in the video, and then you just send it away. Now they did a lot of care into this because you can actually watch it for a very long time fly away. It's not like something that just disappears. Like you can literally watch it as far as the eye can see, and I literally mean just as far as the eye can see. It'll just fly and fly and fly until you can no longer see it. So they took a lot of care in making this look actually really cool and aesthetically pleasing. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue with the video. Next is the oxygen rerouter and the airburst engine. Now the airburst engine just allows you guys to recharge while you're using your jetpack. It's not very much, but it does come in handy to get that little bit left. Now the oxygen rerouter, that'll allow you guys to stay underwater a little longer after your water technology runs out, if you guys don't have anything to recharge it with, just to give you a little extra time to get back to the surface. Next is going to be the rocket boots. Now these are helpful inside of an anomaly or inside of a space station where you guys can get around just a little bit faster, because you can't use a jetpack lunge like you can on a planet, but it helps you just move a little faster so you're not just walking around or using the slow normal jetpack boost where it lifts you in the air. But if you guys are on a planet, what you guys want to do for the jetpack boost is as soon as you hit the bash button, hit your jetpack button and you'll fly a lot further. Just a little tip, you land in the water while doing this, you'll go a lot faster until you eventually hit something and it slows you down. Now next is the multi-tool weaponry, which I recommend the plasma launcher, geology cannon, or the scatter blaster. Now I mainly just use the geology cannon or the plasma launcher because it explodes and does a lot of damage. Mainly I just use the geology cannon because the plasma grenade will just sit there and bounce, so it has a chance of coming back at you or just not even hitting the target you're shooting at. So I just use the geology cannon. Just make sure you don't do this around your base because it leaves a wave of destruction in its path, but it has a tremendous blast rage damage to where you guys can destroy multiple enemies at once, and it takes on the toughest enemies in the game very quickly and very effectively, as you'll see here. Just be careful when you use the geology cannon because it has a tremendous blast radius, like I said, and you can kill yourself very quickly. So make sure your enemies are a good distance away from you before you use it. But you can literally destroy the walkers and the minotaur enemies very quickly with this. It literally takes like a full round of 20, although it does take certain types of ammo to recharge it, such as the plasma. But I still recommend using it just because it just does so much damage and it never fails you. Next, we're going to talk about the Exocraft. Now, these are kind of outdated and have been for a while because you can do even more than these things can by yourself and don't really need them. So I just recommend getting the arrays for them, the scanners, just so you guys can be able to scan while driving them so you don't have to jump out and do that. but that's all really that they have a purpose for anymore. The actual submersible is actually still pretty good to use because you can explore underwater a lot easier, but I still find myself driving the Pilgrim around just because it's the funnest one out of them to drive, just because of how you can control it. So I would recommend just getting the arrays for these because there's no really point getting the other thing, anything else, unless you want them. The only thing else that I use is a Minotaur just because it looks cool, so let's go ahead and start talking about that. So you guys can actually get an AI pilot for this thing, which comes in very handy if you guys don't have the best weaponry, because it'll help you out actually really well, because it does quite a bit of damage. You guys get this through doing the settlement quest line and getting yourself a settlement. It's how you start unlocking this. But like I said, it does do quite a lot of damage and helps you out quite a bit, so I do recommend it. Another thing that it does really well is like your typical teammate sits there and takes your kills, but it's still a very good thing to have just because it can save you. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. If you guys need any more help, you can reach me better on my KG Chaos Discord. I'll leave the link down in the description below. I can't get to YouTube because it doesn't notify me all the time, even though I have notifications on. So the easiest way to reach me if you guys need more immediate help, reach out to me there on the multiple channels I've set up. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was helpful, and I'll see you all in my next video.